Hi everyone, hi, I'm Dr. John, I'm a chiropractor, and this is my wonderful, amazing daughter, Skylar. Aren't you amazing? Say hi everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Today is a case study, and I'm using my daughter today because she rides horses, and look how amazingly straight she is. She's not, she humps like that and plays video games, chugga 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 like this, for too long of a period of time, and watches her little movies all day long like many children do, and goes to school. And I thought, what a great opportunity to share some of the things that I notice with the younger patients that I have in my office. Skylar's 11. So primarily this case study would be pertinent to children that are riding horses, so definitely over the age of 2. And especially when they're competitive. So she loves to do gymkhanas and dressage and sometimes jumping. You're not very ticklish when you're on the camera. So today's case study, now just keep in mind, I got a little disclosure. I am a doctor of chiropractic, but I am not your doctor of chiropractic, in which case maybe there might be a few people watching this and I am. Fantastic. So I would suggest that you speak to your healthcare practitioner that you trust, your registered medical practitioner, your registered chiropractor, and remember, with all therapies, there are associated risks and benefits, and I suggest that you look into those things and discuss those with your healthcare practitioner. Okay, disclaimer over. Like I said, this is a case study, and it's more about some of the things that I notice about her riding and about her posture, and how I work with people and work with her to help her to have a straight body. Now, children are super, super simple generally, and their adjustments and their treatments tend to be pretty short, and they're very resilient. Hopefully, they've not had a lot of injuries. And my little son is in the background. I've got another child in here. He's 6. He also gets adjusted. Saxon, you want to come say hello? Quickly come say hello, and then you're going to go back to your device. Okay? Back up so the camera can see you. And then you have to come closer, squish next to Skylar. And now you have to say hello.
Hi.
Okay, now skedaddle, my friend. So he rides as well. And I think maybe I adjust my children a few times a month. So it's not very often unless they're having some sort of issues, if they're under a lot of stress and they have a lot of neck tension, or if you get a headache or something because your school stresses you out and all the learning that you're doing is stressing you out, or riding or something like that. So for my horseback riding folks out there, have you ever noticed if your jumpers are getting worn on one side or the other different? Have you ever noticed that your saddle has wear marks on one side that is different than the wear marks on the other side, or rubbing marks? And these sort of like little obvious changes that are different from one side to another are really simple ways that you can see that, oh, something's going on. We're leaning one way more than the other. And especially in horseback riding, there's a relationship, and that relationship is with the rider, and their horse. And as every good horse rider knows, the horse can sense every thought and feeling that you're having. So this intimate relationship that you have with your horse is so vitally important. And then so oftentimes when you find yourself having a cranky ride, is it because you're cranky to make the horse cranky? Or does it go the other way around? I think that many times it's the rider's energy that transfers into the horse's energy. And yes, sometimes horses are unpredictable and spooky and scary, and they all do kinds of crazy things. I also want to share that today we're talking about horseback riding, but this could be basketball, which my son played today. Skylar also plays, or any other sport, and especially sports that have a lot of running and there's tripping and falling and even contact. Rugby or AFL or football or footy. Basketball from the background, yes. Okay. So we notice all kinds of cool stuff that happens with our children, how great they are, but we have a difficult time seeing where they're having difficulties, and that's because they're so resilient, and also they're young and they don't have that body, space, and wisdom intelligence. I got to tell you, oftentimes a lot of adults don't have that body, space, wisdom, intelligence either, and that's something that has to be taught and observed over time. So why don't we just do a general adjustment with Skylar? Look at some of the areas where she might be crooked, because when was the last time I adjusted you?
And 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks? No, maybe like 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Remember when you had a headache and you said you wanted to get it adjusted? Yes. There's no guarantees in any of the stuff that you're doing. Remember, I do tons of body work as well and tissue work. But today I'm sure that we'll have a nice, easy session. And let's get started. Okay, Skylar, why don't you lay down on your tummy? So we're going to start first. I'm just going to align the camera up so you can see her whole body. And let's go from this position here. So we're in my little workout area that I have at my house. There we go. So we can see her whole body. And I'm just going to check her. And then after I see a few things, then I'll bring those things to your attention and we'll all have a look. Take a deep breath in and then exhale all the way out. All right, let's fix your shirt. Look at your spine. You're looking great. One thing I love about adjusting children is that oftentimes they don't have as many issues as adults have. And when you become an adult, you've got to think about that you are the result of every good and bad thing that has ever happened to you in your life. Great, let's take another movement here with the camera. We'll take a peek at other things. So looking down her body, she looks relatively straight. So nothing obvious that we can see, although there might be a little bit in her shoulders and in her neck. And this is what it takes a trained eye for and some of the body checks that we know how to do. So you definitely want to work with the person that you trust. Great, let's take a look here. Here we go. Okay, so just observing her leg length. She's got a little short on the left side. So we're just measuring from bone tip to bone tip, or bottom of the heel to the other bottom of the heel. And when we come across, they are a bit short. Our left side's a little short. And then we can feel in motion her hips and pelvis. Yeah, so as an adult, you are the outcome of every good and bad thing that has ever happened to you. And I think the illusion is that you have an injury and you heal it and then that's it. But the truth is you have an injury and you may heal it. However, there might be some residual bits and pieces left after that injury. At least that's my opinion. My opinion of this whole thing of life is that as you experience your ups and downs, you become the result of those ups and downs. Whether it's an emotional lesson or a physical lesson, a chemical lesson, chemical changes of the body, and those experiences change you. So in your physiology as an adult, in the adult body that you occupy, that body is the result of all these things that you've experienced as a child. Can you turn your head to the right again? So as she turns her head to the right, I don't observe any sort of changes in her leg length. Turn your head to the left. But we can see her body, how her body changes position, although I don't feel it here. Okay, face down. And the way that I practice what I do, I use different techniques and different ways of observing the changes that a body will make when I do different things to it, such as putting pressure on certain areas in a certain way, and what we call challenging their body to see what positions might be there. Why don't you turn over on your back? What misalignments, what imbalances. What's also important is what is in balance. Let's have your arms over your head. Good, reach and stretch. It does feel nice. She says it feels nice. So if we had another person here and we're pulling on your toes, would that feel even better?
Yeah.
Okay, on your tummy again. Well, let's start with an adjustment. So I can just notice that her pelvis is a little bit out of alignment. There's a little bit of tension. And children adjust easy as compared to adults. Generally, lay on your left shoulder, face me on your side. There you go. Give yourself a big giant cuddle. Just relax your body over. Deep breath in and all the way out. Very nice. Face down on your tummy. So just a gentle little impulse. And her body moves quite easily. And remember, Skylar is used to getting adjusted. Turn your head to the right. And I'm just still observing for changes. Turn your head to the left. I can see that after my adjustment, there's been a change. Face down straight. And now she's wearing her joddies now. Her wear pattern seems pretty balanced, although it might be a little different on one side than the other, just slightly. This side up. Good, big exhale. There it is, face down straight. That was a loud one, she says. I don't know if you could hear those things. Go turn your head to the right. Okay, now we notice that there's a change in the length of her legs when she turns her head. Turn your head back to the left now. There you go. Yeah. Whereas before, when she was turning her head, there was no shift at all. Face down straight. We observe this after we've corrected some of the primary misalignments or subluxations that are in the spine or primary areas of tension. She's got a little bit of a curvature happening through her ribs, which means that likely what's happening, there's like misalignments or tension through her neck and upper back, and we'll get to those. Let's go on your back, face up. So we'll work on her neck. I'll make an adjustment to the camera. Saying hello? Okay, we're going to work up at the top, so we'll leave it there. Actually, we'll go up, up, up to save my back. Sorry, folks, it takes a bit of time to get this thing to do what we want it to do, and I'll come back and adjust the camera. It's going good? You feel okay?
Yeah.
You happy? Can you smile? Smiling is important. You might notice against the wall there's a few tools hanging up on the wall. These are some really great massage and adjusting tools that I utilize. Okay, so we see some misalignments in her upper neck, and her head's a little tilted. So we'll make a few adjustments here. And it just seems the top part of the neck is out of alignment. Okay, so we'll start with this one and just relax. Let it go. Good. That's one. And then we'll get this last one here. Relax your jaw. Let your lip open a little bit. Almost. There it is. Oh, look how much tension is out of your neck now. So before, she had a lot of tension just in the upper part of her neck. And the first bone that was in her neck was rotated a little bit like this, while the second bone in her neck was rotated a little bit like that. And that's a very typical area to see subluxations in a spine, especially in children, is in the upper neck and in the pelvis. Very, very common. Mid-back can be pretty common too, especially with our active children. Can you flip over and go on your tummy? Okay, we're going to lower the table down. But I'm quite happy how her body's laying on the table, how she's finding her center. Let's adjust the camera just to make sure that we can see what's going to happen. And we'll do a little bit of an adjustment in her mid-back. I didn't really see much earlier, but then there were two areas that I thought might turn out to be a little bit of something. So something just in the center, which you'll find quite common, our children having tension here from being hunched over their devices. If I could show you a picture of my son in the corner. And it looks like just here in the upper part of her back, just in the lower part of the neck, she's holding a little bit of tension. And when horse riding and any kind of physical activity, you tend to use the upper body a lot, and you'll see that quite often too. So just two little adjustments. We'll start with the mid-back, deep breath in and exhale, and it's nice and soft pressure. Everything just moves quite simply. And then we'll do the upper back, and here we go, a little bit of pressure, breathe it all out. And it's mostly in her left shoulder, let it go. There it is. A little bit more effort there, but that's because the muscles in her upper back are stronger, and there's more tissue there. Now her leg length is wonderful and amazing. Her posture on the table is amazing and fantastic. And so, come on, sit up and say hello to the camera again. What our hope is is that her body will be working better. There we go, right? Yeah, sit right there. Yeah. So our hope is that her body, the operation of her body will be better. That's one of the things that we hope to see with improvements of the spine and her nervous system and the tension through her muscle system. It's neurological, that the nerves work better, and it's very mechanical too. You have to make sure all the pieces and parts are lined up. And we teach them good habits. and that we just make sure that we take our kids to people that we trust so that we can get ahead of problems, because it's not so easy to get the right information out of our children. And she has sawdust from her horses in her hair.
Do?
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
from
Yes.
last night I'm jumping on cars.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is one of the things about a horseback riding family, is that there's a never-ending supply of sawdust everywhere. It even goes to bed with them. And so, it's the people that you trust to help ensure that your children are getting the best experience of increasing their wellness. Okay, we're not necessarily always solving problems. We're just also here to be technicians in creating even a greater state of health and well-being. Yeah, and it's fun to be healthy and all that fun stuff, isn't it? Because lots of good things come to us when we're healthy. Okay, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, see y'all. Bye.